Hey everybody, this is Hear Us Out. I'm Paul.
And I'm Patrick.
And we're doing the second of our interview videos. And Patrick is up in the limelight right now. And how does that feel?
Very disconcerting. I'd say uncomfortable at best.
Now you know how it feels when you're in front of the camera.
I feel like we learned a lot during your interview, and I learned nothing about what this was going to feel like.
Oh, it's so nice to be sitting here now.
I can only imagine right now.
So yeah, this is the second of our interviews, and Patrick is up. Patrick, do you want to state your name and what you do for the record?
Okay, my name is Patrick, and I am also the co-host and co-creator of the wonderful Hear Us Out on YouTube.
And what do we say at the end of?
We always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you can, and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss any more of this awesome goodness.
See, you can now tell which one of us is the more charismatic one of the group.
No, which one of us is more frightened that if I get it wrong, the light's going to fall on me again. We had a small technical issue of our lighting rig coming to take me the first time I tried to do an interview. It's up there and it's scary as hell.
Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah, you'll catch it again.
Okay, so if you want to give us a little bit of background of why did you think that Hear Us Out would be have you enjoyed creating videos for Hear Us Out?
Yes, very much so. The idea of why we would want to do Hear Us Out is the same reason I've enjoyed doing it. There's a lot of parts to it for me, but realistically it was a creative outlet. I've always wanted more creative outlets. I'm always craving some way to get stuff out. That's why I talk so much. And the idea of doing this with Paul was perfect because, as he mentioned in his interview, we'd done an awful lot of talking without a camera around. So it was a no-brainer for me to put a camera in the mix with us and have fun producing it and doing all that good stuff. Also, I still get to hear Paul's opinions. It's just now you get to hear them too. And
how wrong they are.
It is you who say it. No, I don't think that. Paul's right 90% of the time. I'm right a good 85% of the time. And everybody else thinks we're both wrong 100% of the time.
Yeah, that math sounds right.
Yeah.
So you were saying that it's a creative outlet. Do you have any other creative outlets?
Well, not to sound like too much of the typical guy. Yeah, I used to write a lot. I still do. I have very much got aspirations that someday I'll actually be funny, so I write a lot of weird stuff. But I actually like creating, and I like video and video production and things like that. So yeah, this is one way of getting it out there. And the ideas that Paul and I have for the future, if we get near any of them, I'm going to be having a lot more fun scratching that creative itch.
So if Hear Us Out got more popular and everything like that, is there a specific aspect within the entertainment industry that you would like to touch on? Like writing your own stuff, like writing your own scripts or skits or your short movie or anything?
I see what you're getting at. Yeah, I think if we did get more time, because that's all it really is. I think we're both creative separately, but I think we both have very strange creative energy that when I think of something or Paul thinks of something, it sends the other one off in new directions. So I don't think there's one thing because we've come up with so much. I've always liked the idea of short film and small comedy packets and things like that. I don't know if that's necessarily what we'd end up doing. But if we did get more time, I would love to engage more with the audience. If we ever got a forum to actually talk to people live, that would just be the biggest trip for me. Because I love talking, but it's because I really am trying to get other people's thoughts on things.
So with that, which is the same question that you asked me, if you could take on a role from the entertainment industry, from Hollywood or anything like that, as you said, the catering service, if you will, which role would you feel like you'd probably sit in more?
Well, what I can say is the one I'm most qualified for is craft services, because I do make a mean sandwich. I think realistically, I'm a big nerd when it comes to things like cinematography. But like Paul, I'm into the storytelling side of things, the writing. But strangely, the older I'm getting, the more I'm thinking director would be, it's the way to be involved with so many parts of the actual production and not becoming just someone like a producer. So yeah, maybe directing. but also probably bothering the writers all the time with ideas.
So you say that you're really into the cinematography of movies. Can you name like one of your favorite cinematography movies? Like one that, like, you know.
Well,
really...
Okay, so yeah, something that, because this is like asking you your favorite movie scene now. I know how that felt. I think everybody can get lost in the big, wide, you know, Lawrence of Arabia moments. But sometimes for me, it's when shot by shot people can put together a feeling. Like, I think The Social Network created a brilliant feeling, an absolutely brilliant feeling. And sometimes I think that's really what cinematography is there to do. You can tell the story, but cinematography will create that feeling that goes with you.
Okay. So that's a really good answer.
Oh, okay.
Why? Do you think he wasn't?
No, I'm just worried about what the next question is. This is like waiting for the other shoe to drop all the time. I'm waiting for him to ask me about something that I can't say on camera.
Why are you a bastard? No.
Because I'm Jon Snow and I know nothing.
If you were to pick, which goes, one movie that you would love to rewrite.
Oh.
Like, as in, like, it can be even a movie that, I'm not going to say bad movie or anything like that. I'm even going to say that a movie that may have, like,
I have it already because, and I think I might have mentioned this before on the channel, In Time, the Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried movie, brilliant premise, and I thought was wasted. Wasted on a few levels, not just the writing, but that's one of those things I wish it hadn't been done, so it could be done for the first time really well. That would be my dream movie in a lot of ways to make if it had never been done, because it's such a great little premise from a social commentary point of view, from a sci-fi point of view, from an emotional and family point of view. It could hit on so many things, yet it missed on just about all of them. Maybe it looked okay, I think.
Yeah, no, I think the thing that they got with the time on the wrist thing, that was a really cool. Yeah, that was a really cool one.
The good job, production team, and the sandwiches were probably great. So craft services, I'm working with you soon.
So we should, with starting up a YouTube channel, it is now 6 months into our journey. What has been the most difficult thing about starting up a YouTube channel?
Time. Easily time. It hasn't been motivation or energy or input from my co-host or commitment from either one of us. It is exactly what we wanted it to be. It's just 1/10 of it because of the amount of time that we have to put into it. So yeah, that's the one thing I would maybe have started 6 months earlier.
If there's any recommendations you could give to a person who's starting up a YouTube channel?
Start now. We created so many videos that weren't released, but also I would say just start even releasing things. There's never a bad time to start. You're never going to be polished. You're never going to get it right. We're not, and everybody can see that. But get into it, enjoy it, find out where you want it to go. Because the most of the time that we wasted at the very start was thinking that we could work out what was going to happen. And the minute we just started, we found out the reality of everything. So just go for it would be my piece of advice.
If there was like one thing that you want the audience to know about you, like, you know, or even something that you would like to, which could have the audience even connect with you.
Oh, well, I guess as a guy who does like to talk a lot, it really is, and this sounds so silly, it's not just exhibition, it really is because I want to get my stuff out so that I hear stuff from other people. And I don't just want to bounce back. I'm not looking for an echo chamber. I really do enjoy connecting. And weirdly, when I'm doing this, I feel like I'm talking to one person or a million people. And the fact that I don't know which doesn't bother me because I'm not shouting into a void. I'm shouting into a crowd. So, yeah, you're actually the reason that I'm doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it at all. You, not him. He's necessary for doing this.
Oh, thanks.
Necessary might be a stretch. No. Also, if anybody wants to write that I'm mean to Paul all the time, correct.
Yeah. We should. If you could, the same question that you asked me, if you could tell Hollywood one thing to change, what would it be? Well,
unfortunately, I agree with your answer so much because I do think it is all about storytelling. But I think maybe sometimes what's forgotten is that people usually are the story, but they're not always all the story. I think some things get too bogged down in, you have to connect with everybody here. Everybody that we're going to show you on screen, we have to make sure that you're going to connect with them. We really don't. Don't spend so much time losing your story in search of connection. You can do it. Have confidence, Hollywood. You've all shown that. And I think the most successful films of the last 20 years and the best films of all time have been willing to just go, we're going to tell a story. If that story involves directly focusing on one person or 50 people, that doesn't matter. We do whatever the story needs.
And we're going to run out of time, but I'm going to do some quick fire rounds. Not as many as you did, but some quick ones. Which go Pepsi or Coke?
Coke, zero.
Coke, zero. Okay. Star Trek or Star Wars?
Oh, and I said you couldn't do follow-up. Okay. Trek.
Star Trek? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's a toughie.
Which goes action or thriller?
Thriller.
Horror or sci-fi?
Sci-fi.
Which goes Jude Law or...
or a kick in the ass.
Yeah.
Jude, I love you, man. I really do hope to meet you someday so I can apologise for all the weird things I've ever said about you.
I'll say Alfred Hitchcock or 80s Steven Spielberg.
Oh, best question of the night. That should have been a video, dude. Don't burn it for this. 80s Spielberg, and it feels wrong saying it.
Yeah, because I can't say recent Spielberg.
Yeah, but no, yeah. In the spirit of the question, I'm sticking with my answer. That answer will change if pressed.
I don't have any more, which is questions. So is there any last things you'd like to bring up?
One last question. I've got two questions. Roughly by show of fingers, how much time do I got? Half. I just want to tell everybody thank you for watching. Keep watching. Let us know what you'd like us to do. And we really would appreciate as many topics and the like that you want to hear our thoughts on. So until next time, he's been grilling me. I've been Patrick.
Like, subscribe, and comment down below. Is there anything you'd like them to comment about?
Yeah, if you could choose one thing for us to never bring up again, would it be Taika Waititi or Jude Law?
Or Event Horizon?
It's got to stay in.
Okay. Thank you very much, Patrick.
Thank you, Paul.